To the line, our final topic this week, new jobs at Intel in Rio Rancho. Now, for years we've heard announcements of job cuts, but the company recently announced that they are moving over 100 jobs to Rio Rancho. And Laura, possible signal we have a sign of something good happening? Because I asked that in the context that we have just been bracing ourselves, I think, for the last 5 years of the worst for Intel. And now we have a different situation.
Yeah, no, I think this is huge for Intel. Of course, a lot of the jobs that they're, it is still a very high-tech area, and so the jobs that they're applying for, and I had an opportunity to go online and just take a look at it to see what they had, and it's mostly, it's very specific engineering jobs that they have, and they want some that are new grads, but they're still within engineering, so it's a very technical, very professional degree kind of position. So we're not talking about adding people who necessarily we have. A lot of folks who are looking for jobs that wouldn't fit that that same requirement.
Did you happen to see in your research what the pay rate was for some of these jobs? Did they have it posted?
I know that the Business Journal wrote about this, and on average, some of those are $145,000 jobs. And so we're talking about higher end jobs. So that's good for the community, even if they're transfers, because a lot of them are not just new jobs that are going to be created here, but actually transfers from other Intel locations to Rio Rancho. So that has a ripple effect, an economic effect, because people moving here, presumably bring their spouse. That means potentially another breadwinner.
That's right. That's right.
You have, home buying. You have other, basically people having additional income to spend in the area.
That's right.
So that's all good, I think, for Rio Rancho and for the greater Albuquerque area.
Absolutely. So. Is it a win? What do you think?
Oh, it's a total win. I think also, and I've been critical of Governor Martinez on some things. I think this is a win for her as well, too. I mean, Intel has been chomping at the bit for years. We've been hearing since I was in the legislature about air quality permits, water stuff. One of the things she did right away was address the air quality stuff and get that stuff taken care of for Intel, the water stuff. Early on in her administration, I think that showed a desire to work with the administration. It's taken a while, and now they're announcing these jobs. I think it's, looking at the technology that they're bringing, I think it opens up the door for future growth. The thing that we got to remember about Intel and being someone that lives in Rio Rancho, when you talk to the folks out in Rio Rancho, that 100 jobs are not just great because it's 100 jobs at Intel, but it means more people are going to work at Starbucks, more people are going to work at the gas station across the street, more kids going to the schools, more teachers being hired. And it's coming at just a perfect time. If you head out to Cleveland High School, they're breaking ground and building like 500 homes between the city center and Cleveland High School. Yeah,
I've not seen that.
I would just encourage all of these folks that are going to move in, that have young students, especially athletes, go to Rio Rancho. Don't go to Cleveland. Go to Rio Rancho High School. Go Rams.
You'll never be not a football dad. I love that about you. Mary, given what Laura was saying, the the income level one can earn there and all that kind of thing. We've got Taskus coming to downtown Albuquerque. They're paying quite a bit less. But what it is, it sort of fleshes out the full range of what we can do here for technology, doesn't it?
Yeah, and absolutely, and we've got to build on this. This is a win, but we have to look at what is Intel looking as their employees retire to grow their workforce. Are our universities responding to that? I think CNM has done a great job adapting to the film industry and adapting to some of the technician jobs at the energy labs. This is what we have
They had a relationship with Intel some years ago, did they not? CNM, I thought they may have had some classes for the things that they were doing back then.
They may have, but CNM, I think, does a really good job at flexing to the workforce like that very quickly. The rest of our university system absolutely has to do that, and so do our high schools.
That's right.
We've got to prepare folks. There used to be a program at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce called Digital Connectors, where they teamed with Cisco. And at the age of 14, you could spend a summer getting Cisco training and end up being a Cisco network technician. Well, that's a good summer job for a 14-year-old kid, right?
That's not bad.
So we have to keep building on things like that because, that's 1,000, now 1,100, probably 1,200 jobs in New Mexico, compared to 55,000 state government jobs and 22,000 federal government jobs. And Intel is, their big stat is, they're our biggest industrial employer. They're almost our only industrial employer.
That's right.
So it's great news, but this is just the start, and we got a long way to go up.
Good way to put it. I got to think if you're the mayor of the City Fathers, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
he's got to be thrilled, you know,
Yeah.
of what's going on with
Well,
this.
particularly because employment at the plant has been on the decline,
Right.
down 2,000 from its high point
That's
a
right.
few years ago. And the concern, I think, has always been that the Rio Rancho plant is not getting the newer technologies, whether mobile chips or other things
That's
like
right.
that,
That's right.
that are going to be sustainable for the long run. So getting more capital investment in this particular chip, I think, is really interesting because it's a leading edge technology. And if this works out and a lot of the development is done in Rio Rancho, that can do an awful lot to drive future employment.
You know, I'm glad you made that point, Harry. Back to Laura on this, a friend of mine in the tech business said the same thing some years ago, said we just need to wait it out because technology moves and moves and moves, and suddenly that plant could become viable with enough investment,
Yeah.
keeping up a little bit, which they did do. It's
Yeah.
not as if they've been letting the place run dry for the last 10 years. And it'll eventually come around and we can just capture it. Technology is weird that way, isn't it? You got to be
It is,
ready.
and you have to consider that not just Intel, but Sandia and Lano, just three examples, they have a retiring workforce. There's a workforce that's
Right.
starting to age out.
That's right.
Especially at Lano, this is a huge issue for them.
Yeah.
They have a workforce that is starting to retire. And within the next 5 years, they're going to see mass retirements. People are just sort of aging out, reaching retirement. And what's interesting for Los Alamos, at least, is that they're not adding any new housing at all. And the
There's a
people who are
sign.
retaring are staying there.
I
And
see.
so there's this huge crunch. And the reason I know that is my husband works up there, and so he's constantly sort of dealing with a lot of these issues because there's a shortage of housing. So a lot of people are still commuting from Albuquerque or Santa Fe. But there's a lot of opportunity in terms of jobs up there. So for people coming up through, university at this point and looking for opportunities
That's right.
to stay here and really earn, I think, better pay, a better pay.
Sure.
Those are important areas to go into.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you really hope that at some point our universities can work with these folks like Intel and figure out a way to maximize opportunities. They've done it in Boulder, Colorado. We've talked about it around this table.
That's right.
You know, the incubator project they have up in Boulder and the fact that the university works hand in hand, the research opportunities, the fact that we have 2 labs, we have multiple research military bases here. I mean, White Sands is a huge research facility that goes in line with what these guys are doing. Fort Bliss, that, I hope the new governor, whoever that is able to bring New Mexico State and the University of New Mexico into realizing what their goal in economic development should be. It shouldn't be how do we get them to use tax dollars to buy buildings.
Right.
It's how do we get them to invest in programs that make kids want to stay here.
Good point there. Thank you all. Great stuff on a Friday night.